Hi, my name is Cody Maynus. I did the Visitation Volunteer Intern program in 2014 and 2015. I'm a member of the Episcopal Church. No matter what I am and no matter who I am, I'm called to live Jesus. And I'm the only one who can live Jesus in my particular way. And you're the only one who can live Jesus in your particular way. Francis de Sales, of course, said, be who you are and be that perfectly well. Which if you choose to come to the north side, you'll hear just about every other day, every other minute of every other day. But there's real wisdom to that you are the only person who can be you, and God doesn't ask you to be anybody but you, only you. I spent most of my week at a place called Patchwork Quilt, which is an after-school program that was started in the north side in a parish connected to the sisters and then moved to another community. I taught writing to the scholars there and helped serve meals. I also spent some of my time during the week at a little coffee shop and bike shop called Venture North, which is just a few blocks from the monastery. It's connected with a Lutheran parish called Redeemer and their nonprofit Redeemer Center for Life. I don't know a blessed thing about bikes, but I know a little bit about coffee. And the real work was not making lattes and Americanos, but talking with the kids and talking with the adults who would come in. I also convened a young adult spirituality group. We prayed Compline, which is night prayer, every Thursday evening at the St. Jane House, which is the Sisters Hospitality Center and Spirituality Center right here on the north side. The folks who came on a regular basis were mostly volunteers from other programs. So we had the Lutheran Volunteer Corps and the Jesuit Volunteer Corps. And there were a few, the St. Joseph Worker volunteers would sometimes come. And certainly the prayer was important, but the community that developed around the prayer, we were up until sometimes 11 or midnight, laughing and talking or crying, having tea, having cake, things like that, and really building relationships. And that seemed to me at first to be sort of silly. It didn't feel like volunteer work. I mean, I came to serve meals and to wash feet and scrub floors, and that's what I thought volunteering was. But when you feel crummy, to sit down across the table from somebody who feels crummy and pray and light a candle, that's work, and it's beautiful work, and it's holy work. Yeah, the charism of the Visitation really is to show up. The sisters, when they moved to North Minneapolis 27 years ago, they were trying to decide what their work would be. They were lifelong educators, but it was clear that they were not supposed to start a school or an after-school program or a soup kitchen or a clothes closet or anything like that. It was clear to them through their prayer and their community discernment that their work was nonviolent presence and contemplative prayer. And so to have them invite me to pray with them and to play cards with them. We would sometimes go on field trips to the mall. We went to marches together. I spent, probably 2 or 3 nights a week with them, eating dinner and doing dishes. Even when I wanted to be by myself, the community followed me. They gave me the space that I needed, but they let me know that I was still there. I was present. Yeah, it's like having 6 or 7 grandmothers. You know that they always love you and will always show up for you. Part of my time with the sisters, seeing a religious community that was so moved by justice and moved by prayer, in a lot of ways planted a seed, I think, that I'm exploring and tending and waiting for it to sprout, to see in what ways community and prayer and perhaps religious life where that, if that's part of being me. If you're thinking about coming to the North Side, signing on with the Visitation Intern program, stop thinking and just come. There's so much about showing up. I can talk about how moving these nuns are. I can talk about what an impact they've had on my life, and it's all true. But I wouldn't have known that if I didn't show up. Even if you don't come as a volunteer, come and meet these women, pray with these women, share a meal with these women, play 13s with these women, and your life will be changed. I can promise you that. Just come, show up, and let God and these 6 visitation nuns do the rest.